Good morning, and welcome to Mahala Monday. A bit of a road trip today, so a very, very special episode. It is festive season. We are rather festive, aren't we? My name is Nickay. Good morning, as always. Rhoda is here. She didn't bring a Christmas hat, but
I
she's
didn't
here.
bring it. We welcome everybody. A special broadcast today. Very excited about it as well, Dougal. And it puts me more in a festive mood, really, because just seeing everything happening around you outside, Christmas is here.
Yeah, no, it certainly is, and it is exciting. And it is a special broadcast, as we've been saying, and for weeks we've been talking about it, and there's been quite a build-up up till today. But today is significant in many ways, and we want to use the platform, of course, with the festive season. Now, the reason we are here, as you can see, the surrounds are a little bit different to what we normally you would encounter us, but we are actually today in Salt River, and more specifically we're at the Cape Town Multi-Service Centre, which is a centre that does phenomenal work. Now, you would of course recognize the name and the amazing services and work that they do throughout, and we've been talking about it, and this is why we're here. So today we want you to open your hearts and, more importantly, your pockets, and really embrace us with this one, and definitely indulge us, but be part of this, because we're going to talk about all the things that happen here, but more importantly, what we're doing today is just shifting the attention here, because we need your support, and we really need your support. Now, what has happened is, for humanity projects, of course, have which we are part of, we are, all teamed up with the Cape Town Multi-Service Centre, and have highlighted this because the much needed service that it performs within the community.
Definitely. And I mean, just experiencing being here today, we had a little gentleman here that came and entertained us here, interviewing him basically. So it was quite fun. And the saddest part is really a question is like, how can we out there, you as a community, you as a mother, as a father, actually kind of have your day starting off? And he sat and we said, oh, we like your shoes. And he just turned around and said, oh no, it's somebody else's shoes, because he doesn't have shoes. And I mean, it hit me, and I was like, I can't cry, just hold back the tears. How can we have a day or start your day knowing that these kids actually needs us?
Yeah, and this is what it's all about. So when we say we need your support, we definitely need your support. So the Cape Town Multi-Service Centre operates from Salt River. It looks after boys who's been abandoned or abused, with the ultimate goal, of course, to reunite them with their families. But we're going to find out all those details. Now, as you can imagine, any institution or organization like this, of course, go through challenges, and more importantly, they still have financial obligations to meet.
Exactly.
So that is very important. Also, just looking after the boys. But we're talking basic stuff here. We're talking things like food, toiletries, clothes. Of course, monetary contributions are much appreciated as well. But this is really where we want you to open your hearts, because this will definitely alleviate pressure from the organization in itself, but more importantly, provide the boys with some sort of platform, and not only that, just to get by, because already life is stressful, and you can't still be stressing about that. That is what it's all about today, Rhoda.
That is what it's all about today, Dougal. We will highlight some of the needs, and we'll put it on our Facebook as well and YouTube, some of the things that's needed as well. So please, guys, after the show, even later tonight, have a look at what the needs are.
Yeah, most definitely. So first things first, the details. How do you get in touch? Of course, and once again, make donations, challenge your friends, put it out on social media as well, and brag about it. I know, but a lot of people want to be anonymous when it comes to these sort of things, and rightly so, but definitely brag about it, and let's encourage people to make a significant difference. Now, of course, you can email firstly info@forhumanity.co.za, and also you can email us at MahalaMonday.
Yes, definitely.
You can do that as well. info@nickay.co.za, which is the email address, as you know, and we're going to give you the details of the Cape Town Multi-Service Centre as well. But that is what we need. We need toiletries, we need clothes, we need shoes, we need money, non-perishables, everything that you would acquire and need for yourself and your family and organization over Christmas. We are imploring you, please help us. Now, of course, right now on the screen, you can see the banking details and more information as well to get in touch with us. So, Rhoda, we've got quite a bit of things that we want.
That's
We're
true.
going to list those things shortly.
Yeah.
But I thought let's talk out with Jamie Lee first.
Oh, yeah.
Who is Jamie Lee Labidi, who is the social worker here at the Cape Town Multi-Service Centre, just to give us a bit of a background to exactly what it is they do. So, Jamie, good morning, Jamie Lee. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
No, we're
Good. Very excited.
Yeah, listen, firstly, thank you so much for having us. Thank you very much for having us. So we've now tried our best to sort of give a backdrop here on what it is that the Cape Town Multi-Service Centre do exactly. And I know I've spoken to you before, but just to give the audience a sort of broad perspective, what is it that you do?
Well, just to give a bit of a background first about Cape Town Multi-Service Centre. So we are a child and youth care centre as well as prevention and early intervention services that we render in the community. So we first unofficially started in 2004 as a drop-in centre for homeless youth.
Okay.
And then afterwards, we officially registered with the Department of Social Development as an NGO. I think the exact date is the 11th of October in 2007. So from 2007 until now, we have been a child and youth care centre, residential facility, as well as prevention and early intervention services in the area of Alces River as well.
Okay.
So I myself, as a social worker at the facility, can obviously speak a bit more about what we do here. So we are a residential facility that is a home for adolescent boys between the ages of 10 and 17 years old. So these are children, as you've mentioned, that has been removed from home due to various circumstances within the household and in the community, as you know, the different social ills that the children and people face in our communities. So these are substance abuse, domestic violence, abandonment, neglect. So these children are then removed from their homes, and then they are placed with us as a child and youth care centre through the children's court.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so then they are placed with us. We work with the children here. Then we also have the external social workers that works with the family. And as you've also mentioned, our main goal is really to have them be reunified with the family. So while they are with us, we have different programs and things that we have in place in order to care for the child holistically. So not just for their physical and basic needs, but also for their emotional and mental needs as well. So we have different programs in place. What we do is it's called an IDP, which is an individual development plan. We assess the child as soon as they are placed with us, find a little bit more information from the child, how they are feeling, their background, and their perspective on what has happened. Because I mean, being removed from home is obviously a very
traumatic.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And the adaptation period can sometimes be very, very long. And I mean, coming from a home environment into a child and youth care centre with so many other kids as well, and unknown faces, and you know, there's this trust issue and all of that needs to be looked after. So the IDP, the individual development plan, is put in place in order to assess the different needs of the child, the individual needs of the child.
And
with-
sorry, so
yeah.
each child then has got this plan.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Oh, wow.
we do it every 6 months throughout the time that they are here, because they are growing and learning. So their needs change. You know, they have their needs when they come here, and then in 6 months' time, you know, it might have changed to a different thing as well, you see. So we then work from the needs that has been identified within this child, and we develop the different programs in order to target these needs specifically.
And hopefully meet those needs. Now let me ask you, you said between 10 and 17.
Yes.
This is the age bracket. How many boys are we looking at?
Currently we have...
And it's just boys, it's exclusively
just
boys.
Exclusively
Just boys, yes.
Okay.
So we have currently about 26 boys in our care, 26 boys.
And the youngest being?
The youngest being 10 years old.
And the eldest being
17.
Now you say 17 because 17 is the cutoff.
Yeah. So 17, they can stay longer, but there's obviously certain requirements in order for the child from 18 and up to stay a bit longer with us. But our goal is to have the child be reunified with family. So if they can, even before they say 17 or 18 years old, if they can go home, then you know that's obviously a success that has been, or a goal that has been reached. So when they're 17 years old, we put in place what is called an exit plan, or even before they turn 17 years old.
I was just going to ask you.
Yeah, so the exit plan are put in place, and it will the different role plays that they're in. So it's me, it's the care workers that's at the facility, it's the external social worker, it's the family as well, so that we can guarantee a smooth exit when the child leaves the facility. So they can go home and the whole environment is healthy and the child can be cared for and looked after when they leave at 17 years old.
And obviously, I'm sorry, Dugo. Obviously, 17 going on 18, you obviously they're a bit more mature at this age where they should be able to start seeing to themselves and not being solely dependent on their parents if they should go back. Am I correct?
Yeah, these are the things that we then try to target, or the needs that we see then within the different programs. It's not just programs that we do internally, but also there's different organizations and so that we get in touch with in order to help us help the children as well. So one of the things that we want to do is, for instance, get an ID for the child. So this will obviously definitely help them when they leave. They'll be able to write the matric exams, they'll be able to get, a learner's or a license. So as you've mentioned, this will then help them when they leave the facility, that they are able to then be independent and care for themselves. I mean, 18 years old is still very young. You're still basically a child when you're 18 years old.
Well, I'm not 18 and I'm still a child. But Jamie, Jamie Lee, so that is the overview of all the things that happen. So now the boys that reside here in the home, obviously they attend school. And most of these schools are within their area from which they originate.
Yeah, most of them, yes. So sometimes when they are placed with us, they are already in a school. So sometimes, say for instance, if the child is from the Manenberg area, then they are already in a school. So that would be in our vicinity. So we will be able to take them to school. It's not too far out for us to take them to school. So I would like for them to stay in that school because it will just kind of minimize that adaptation you see. So not only have they been removed from home and in a whole different environment, but imagine taking the child out of that school now and into a new school. So it's a whole process. So if they can't stay in their school, we keep them in their school. Obviously, having them much closer is it's good. It's cost effective. The child can come home a bit earlier rather than take the 1 hour drive and pick everyone up after school. So some children are close by and some are still in their environment that they grew up within.
And I mean the general sense, I mean, we walked around here and I mean it's there's a lot of love in the building and I use that term fairly liberally. But I mean obviously, I mean you here every day, I mean this is family because this is the home. This is the home that shapes everybody and produces amazing citizens for all of us. The thing I wanted to ask you, where are, from a social worker perspective, where are there more challenges? Is it more difficult at the early part when somebody joins at 10, or is it somewhere in the middle, or towards the end?
I can't really say that there's a specific time period while they are here that is more challenging. I believe that every phase that they go in will have their own individual unique challenges that they have. So they will have the challenges when they are here in order to adapt and get used to this new placement. And then in the middle, they'll have different ones. And then in the end, obviously, you have the most obvious one, which would be, having to go home. So I can't really pinpoint exactly which one is the most challenging because, and I mean, that is why we also have the IDP, as I've mentioned, to assess the different needs during the time that they are here. So it will be ever-changing. And we work according to what we then identify to ensure that we can, care and protect and help this child wherever and whatever phase that they are currently in at.
And sorry, and then I just want to find out, so years, how long how long have you guys been around now again?
We've been around since 2007.
2007.
Yes.
So the kids basically have they been from a very young age up until 17? They've actually done the whole system? Have you had kids?
Well, I started in 2020, so there's a lot that I obviously don't know from the previous years. But when they're placed with us, they get a court order, right? So this court order, the longest that the court order is 2 years, really. So sometimes they exceed the 2 years. then the court order is extended, and the child is here for them maybe 3 years or 4 years. The longest, the kid that I know that has been here the longest, that I know of is like 5 years. So he's been in here 5 years.
Wow.
So it's
That's
not always
long.
that it's not always that it's from 10 till 17 years old that they stay here.
Okay.
And I mean, we try to not have the child grow up during this period in their life in a child and youth care center. As much as we can give love and care and protection, we actually want the child to grow up in a home with the parents there, and it's a healthy environment. So we work towards that, but unfortunately, obviously, we cannot control certain circumstances, and the child may have to stay a bit longer within the system with us.
Oh, wow.
Well, so Jamie Lee, what can I say? Thanks for just giving us such a great synopsis of the Cape Town Multi-Service Centre. But I want you to think about this, because I want to talk hard facts with you. What does this place need? That is what I'm gonna let you mellow, and I'm gonna put you on the spot, because this is super important, and I want you to be part of this. I want you to make a contribution. We within that phase of the festive season. We're planning holidays, we're planning family time, we're planning Christmas shopping, these sort of things, the spoils, budgetary things. This is what we're going through right now. And you gotta just step out of that and realize how lucky you are.
Oh, most
Producer
definitely.
before the show said a lot of things we take for granted. And especially the conversation that Rhoda had earlier within the relation to the shoot. The thing is, I want you to get involved. I want you to be part of this. And please do it. I mean, this is definitely for the better.
Yeah.
So
I think Hubert had a message
I
there for us.
I saw it there, and we're gonna get it again. Jamie Lee, I've given you enough time. I've given you enough time. But Hubert says, here's to the joy of giving and the season that is as beautiful as it's meaningful. So let's make a difference. Let's not be caught up in the material aspects of the holiday season.
So true.
And that's exactly what I said. He took the words out of my mind.
Telepathic communication.
And then he put it up there. Thanks, Hubert. But this is what it is. We want you to be part of this. So whether it is goods, monetary contributions, services, I'm sure you could talk to the Cape Town Multi-Service Centre. There is so much, and definitely going into the new year. This is the kind of footing we want to be on. We got to be, and that is why we're highlighting this, and also because we know that there are needs, aren't there, JB Lee?
Yeah, meaning
immediate needs. We're looking at boys. Immediate needs. What would these be? What would these be? And what is there that we can ask the viewers to help us actively with?
Well, there are many needs, definitely, that we have, and we need support as well with these needs. I mean, there's certain things that we can cover, but getting help from the outside is definitely. It alleviates a lot of the pressure that we have on ourselves or the facility as well. So we have about 5 projects that we're looking at specifically with the needs that we have at the facility, and it really covers the whole place,
Okay.
So for instance, the kitchen. So this is where the foods are prepared and stored as well, and the laundry as well. So these two kind of go together. So we have some specific needs there, and I'll name a few now. So the one is we need a 5-plate gas stove and oven.
Okay.
We need built-in cupboards as well. We need a washing machine. And we need a double door fridge as well. So we have some of the things, but as time goes on, it needs more services and stuff. So we need this in our kitchen and laundry area at the moment.
Now let's talk washing machine here, because this is now obviously the amount of clothes you go through.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously you need like some sort of industrial type.
Yes, exactly.
Washing machine.
Yeah.
Sturdy one.
Yeah, a very sturdy
like
one.
Your one.
We do a lot of laundry.
Yeah.
So, and have you done research? Do you know what these things would price?
We have done some research. Our manager, or my manager as well, has done the necessary research for the information that we need. So I mean, for instance, an industrial washing machine costs about 25,000 rand. And so that's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
And if we had to just use that from our own budget, that would be a big hole. And especially, I mean, this is just not the first one that I've mentioned, the kitchen. So there's still many others, other things and other needs that we have. So that's just the price of the washing machine that we need.
And obviously, I mean, that is the kind of thing that would make life easier because, I mean, currently is, I mean, you've got one, but you can't keep up with the bond. It's not working. Clothes are dirtier for longer, and all of that. So, all right.
26 kids.
And you're looking at 20, it's a 26?
Yeah.
So, yes.
Just
So
look at your family. If you think of it, I mean,
we need money.
you do
We need
your
money.
laundry.
we need money. And added to that, we're going to
Exactly.
need jik and Omo washing powders and laundry liquid and all of these things as well, because that is the next list. So could people, when it comes to laundry, could be, if somebody's got 3 bags of washing powder, could they contribute that? That
Yes,
would be
they
brilliant.
can. I mean, it doesn't have to always be huge and big, the
Exactly.
contribution. It could be small, like you can buy the cleaning materials yourself and you can, you know, donate that to us as well. So any little help that we can get and donation that we can get, we can make use of that as well.
Yeah. And I know you said built-in cupboards. I know there's a couple of people who's watching this who's quite dandy with wood and that sort of thing. So let me give you an idea. Get a couple of friends together, maybe you as the organization, come measure everything, wall to wall, get a couple of doors, and bring everybody down and come and do it.
Make a difference.
Yeah, come and do it. All right, so those are one of the things. Now, I want to jump straight into something else because I know this is a need because we've discussed this, and this is toiletries.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, wow.
Is this high on your list?
Yes, it's definitely on the list. It's personal hygiene needs that we have for the boys. So toiletries, I mean, this is everything that you need in your home. You as a person need. You need your sprays and your roll-ons and your toothpaste and soaps and toothbrushes, a face cloth, the towel, all those things that we, I don't want to say take for granted at home, but we just know that it's there, and we can make use of it. So we have 26 boys, growing adolescent boys, and they have, apart from the basic, yes, I need roll-on and stuff, they also want to feel good and smell good, and you know, so these are the type of things on the toiletry list that we have, and those are only a few that I've mentioned. There's obviously so much more within that list. So toiletries is high on the list that we have as needs for our boys. It could be, I mean, I think in this year or last year this time we received also a donation of like boxes and boxes full of different toiletries that we use for a couple of months for our boys. So something like that could really, if it can be used for 2-3 months for the boys, that could you know, be an expense.
And when you don't have, let's say, toothpaste, this comes out of your budget?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, obviously we have to then, you know, buy it ourselves, which is fine, yes, but getting donations helps us save from our budget so that we can then make use of the money that we save on different things, such as unexpected, say for instance, maintenance and stuff. An appliance has broken now. All of a
So when
sudden,
something breaks, I mean, this is really, I mean, you now desperate to gather money for this thing just to fix the thing and have life operating as normal.
Wow.
Yeah, so then that comes as an unexpected expense. So we then have to make use of that money to then fix this, whatever appliances that is needed, or maybe maintenance around the home itself. So getting donations for certain things definitely helps us save money.
Let me ask you this, clothes.
Yes, definitely. Clothing is also very high on our list. I mean, like you just mentioned before about the little boy, and you know, he doesn't have shoes or his shoes is broken, and so these are, again, it's young adolescent boys, and if you have an adolescent boy at home, you know that they are ever growing, and they play soccer and they play in the street with their shoes and stuff, and it gets broken, and mommy, I need this, and you know, it can be easily replaced maybe at home, you know. But at the facility, we have to work strictly according to certain, you know, budgets and the rules, so to say. So clothing, we need shoes, socks, underwear, pants, jeans, tracksuit pants, tops.
Shoes.
Yes,
shoes. Don't forget the shoes.
Tops and you know, the everyday things that we need.
Because somebody's watching this now and they go, you know what, I mean, because you're looking at 10 to 17, somebody's going, listen, I've got like really decent clothes here, but I mean, it's not going to fit me anymore. And you know, and I want to use the term second hand, and I want to put that out there quite liberally. Somebody might have something at home. Could they just bag it up and drop it off here at the door?
Yes, we've had many people do that before in the past. So we definitely appreciate those donations as well. If it fits our boys, we then make use of it. Sometimes they donate clothing for girls as well. So we then make use of that in for the PEI services, the prevention and early intervention, because they work at the schools and they have an aftercare and creche. So there's obviously girls in there. And so if we get those things that's fitting for girls, and we then put it to that side of our organization. Yeah.
All right, so we've touched based on one or two. You mentioned the washing machine, one or two of the appliances, toiletries, clothes. What else is there that's like a big thing that is needed?
Basically, the 4 or 5 projects that we've mentioned, that is our main concerns or needs that we have at the facility, because that basically covers everything for the child. If we look at it in that way, they get their basic needs such as their food and the clothing and the toiletries and stuff. And I've wanted to mention, especially because it's Christmas time, and you're going to your family, I'm going to my family, etc. And sometimes these kids can't go home. Unfortunately, they have to then stay over the Christmas period with us. So even getting clothing now for them for maybe Christmas Day to wear and have them feel nice and look nice, even a beautiful Christmas lunch. Even, I mean, that would be so appreciated. I think they would also definitely love that if they could get like a Christmas lunch donated, really. I mean, we do give that, but to give them a bit more. Because some of these kids, this would be the second time that they spend Christmas here, you see. So just to make that day very special for them and make them feel that, this is my home and I'm getting the things that I need here, and I don't need to do what I did maybe at home in order to get what I need, really.
Sure.
So, yeah.
So there you have it, man. The Cape Town Multi-Service Centre. Now, of course, the details you will find there at the bottom of the screen. You gotta get in. You gotta get in, Rhoda.
You have to. You know what, guys? Make this a special Christmas by donating. You know what? These kids need it. You can make that difference to make one child happy. One child happy.
You know what? And I gotta be honest. And let's call a spade, because we are not showing you anything. And let's be clear. Let's just preface this. We're not showing you children running around. And it's because, as we all know, because of broadcasting rights and not showing youth and all of that. But there's enormity of love in this place, but there's also a huge need in this place, and this is and you can't deny it. So the one thing you need to do is definitely, and we're in a fortunate position. We know you're watching this. We know you are warm and generous and filled with love and hope, and we ask you to do that. So Jamie Lee, during the Christmas time, as you said, now there are going to be boys here who's unfortunately unable to go home. They'll be here, and you're obviously planning some special things for them. So even gifts.
Yes.
If somebody had to, what would give me an idea? What would be brilliant? Like sporting equipment, art stuff. What would be great?
Yeah. So we always try to give them and get them gifts during this time, during the Christmas time. So they
are you doing on that front right now?
We're still looking. We still there's a few people that have, but nothing specifically concrete yet. So we would love if someone could, give them that and have them actually feel like it's Christmas time, and actually being open to be able to open a Christmas present and have what they need there. So we have a lot of small boys, but we also have some older boys as well. So the smaller boys are very playful still, you see, and they play with cars and stuff like that. So toys would be something that they would love. We also love educational toys for them as well, you see. But then a lot of them are into sports, specifically soccer. So and a lot of them are in a soccer team. So even if it's like sporting gear, as you've mentioned, maybe some like soccer shoes, what do you call that? Boots. and soccer balls and stuff like that. These would be the type of things that they would enjoy having as Christmas presents as well.
Yeah, I see there was a question that was on social media. They wanted to find out, do you guys have a bargain shop?
No, we do not have a bargain shop. No.
Yeah, that was one of the questions that was posed,
So
the next one, the question I would like to ask, the challenges and highlights you experienced in 2022, what were they?
So there's obviously a lot that we have experienced. Years at its end, and actually went very quickly.
Yeah.
So I always say, or always feel that a challenge that we have at the facility really is that we aren't able to reach and help everyone that we really want to, and not just the facility but also in the community that we work in as well. There are so many social ills and challenges that we are facing, and the children are being exposed to as well. Domestic violence, gang violence, substance abuse, and all of those things, and these are children that are being affected by it. So we can do as much as we can and help as much as we can, but there are always a few that kind of slip through the cracks that we aren't always able to help. So this is a challenge that we have, and we are trying with the resources that we have to help as much as we can. But not to just focus on, the difficult side of it. We do have some highlights specifically at the facility. So we have certain goals that we have set out. So these are goals specifically now focused on our boys. So I'm speaking now from the social workers' perspective. So for instance, the boys that are 16 years and older, we were able to do the IDs for them. And even though that sounds like something small, but it's really an advantage for a lot of these kids where or when they leave, they have an ID. They are able to get into a proper job and all of that. So it definitely does help them forward. Our boys that are in certain programs such as the Zip Zap Circus or the soccer team that they are in, they've all received like awards, certificates. And they are so happy about it because they want to paste it on their walls and by their beds and want to show their family. So this is something that makes them feel proud. I've completed something, I've gone through the year, this is the proof that I was part of this, and I can kind of brag about it, really. So they are so happy about that. And we have also reached our main goal that I've mentioned, which is reunification. So during this year, we were able to have 3 successful reunifications with family.
Well done.
So that is something that we are very happy about.
When you reunify, do you do post up back visits? Do you go and check in again? Do the boys come back and feedback? Are you still related in some sort of way?
Yeah, so many of the boys that have been placed back at home, they do come back and they do come say, "Hi Tani, I'm doing this now, and thank you so much for what you guys have done. I can really see why this was put in place and why I should have done that, etc." I say they go home, but some of them aren't able to actually go home. So these organizations such as Bethurial, which is an independent living organization that focuses on children or say young adults from 18 and older. So some of them would then go there, which is also a facility, but it really just focuses on helping them to be more independent, helping them in schooling and studying and stuff like that. So a lot of them also come back and be like, my life is good now, or it's better now, and I'm still working on it. To have a successful reunification really is something to feel happy about, because that is a goal that we want to have achieved, and we've done that for this year.
Now, in terms of, so you had 3 reunifications this year. When a boy approaches and joins up here at the age of 10, are you sticking all the way till 17, or should circumstances at home or order of events change? Can I be reunified earlier?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I feel like if that can happen, I'd want that to happen rather than have them stay from 10 to 17 years old. So during the time when they are placed here, the 2 years, we work with the child that's here, but then they have the external social workers that works with the family. So we kind of all work together in order to bring the child and the family back together. So they work with the family to ensure that the family are putting things in place, creating a healthy home environment for the child. And then we work with the children here holistically, so that when they go home, then the home is as it should be, or it's getting to that point really. So if it can happen in a year's time, I'm very happy when that can happen. Really,
I can just imagine.
It's really good if they can go home before the 2 years. Yeah.
But the thing is, we need your help.
We need your help.
We need your help to make the festive season extraordinary, of course, for the young gentlemen that are here. And I tell you what, it is definitely a place that is filled with love. There's so much that is needed, of course, monetary contributions. Whatever an organization it is, even if it's a non-perishable stuff, you know, sweets and all of that. Who doesn't love a good chocolate? Just bring those through. And more importantly, toiletries, and of course there's one or two infrastructure things in terms of the cupboards, the built-in cupboards that you have mentioned, and then of course that washing machine as well as a gas stove. So there's help in various ways that your help is much needed. And specifically, I've got a request as well. It is Christmas, man.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas is now 21 days away. So easy peasy. You and a couple of friends get together, and
Make a difference.
that is it. And maybe in terms, because I know we all have our challenges, but every little bit will help.
Yeah.
Every little bit. Jamie Lee, before we let you go, any final thoughts?
Apart from the finances that people can help with, there are many other ways as well that we can get support in. For instance, as I've mentioned numerous times, sometimes the kids can't go home. So another way of people supporting us and the facility is by becoming a host parent. So a host parent really it's a family for one of the kids here that take the child maybe on weekends or school holidays, and they spend time with this family then. Obviously there's a process for that to happen first before you become a host parent, but it's really helpful for the child to sometimes get out of this child and youth care center environment, the strict routine and the rules, and be in a family and do normal family things like go to the mall or go to the beach and have a cone type of thing. So the kids really, for those that do have host parents, they really do appreciate that break from the facility to be in a healthy home environment with two parents or with other kids there as well. And other ways is really to also kind of volunteer your skills. This is another way of supporting the facility. You've mentioned earlier about the cupboards. So if you are someone that is good with woodwork, or you're an electrician, or you're an artisan, or just does plumbing, anything like that, you can also volunteer your services at the facility as well. So there's many ways that someone or people can support us.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sounds good. Jamie, thank you so much.
Thank you
for coming up and joining us here and just sharing some stories. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely wonderful. So that is Jamie Lee Lamidi. She is the social worker here at the Cape Town Multi-Service Centre, of course. And as she said too, she mentioned now, Rhoda, there's many contributions
so much
that can be made, and we look forward to you for making that as well. And more importantly, of course, so ultimately, they can just render better services,
and
which is what it's about.
And just walking around, Dougal, I mean, we took a walk earlier, and you know what? The place really needs a lot of work done. There's a lot that needs to be done. And you know what? We don't have to wait. We've been saying this every year. We don't have to wait for Mandela Day to be able to come and fix things and do things. You know, it's needed all the time. So just walking around, there's a lot to be done here. There's so much to be done. So you know what? If you want to make a difference, come guys.
Yeah.
Do something.
And there's basic things. I mean, Jamie Lee mentioned this as well. I mean, a very interesting concept, sorry, before I continue, was the thing that she mentioned with host parents. Sadly, though, the time is going to catch us because I knew there was going to be another 20-minute discussion. But with host parents, obviously there would be a process you're going to have to go through, whether that is with the Department of Social Development or how it works. But you can definitely speak to Cape Town Multi-Service Centre and they will put you on the path, because that is also a very, very efficient and productive way, of course, for you to get involved.
Yeah.
But more importantly, my focus is simple, Rhoda. I'm thinking it is Christmas, it is boys.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's many businesses watching this now. We're looking, this is not even 30 boys.
26.
26.
Exactly.
And less than 30, that is the number we're looking at. Paint sets, rugby balls, footballs.
Yes. Our little friend was a soccer player, remember? So, yeah soccer.
If you're watching this, and even if you aren't sure about the type of gift that you could get, please get in touch with the multi-service centre. That is definitely the thing we would advise you to do. And then, of course, toiletries. These are the things we need. Non-perishables, whether it's bags of rice, tomato sauce, things like these.
I mean, just think of it. If you got kids, how quick does a bread go? How many breads do you actually need to buy just for a family?
In a day.
In a day. So imagine 26 boys. Whoo! That's a lot of bread.
Yeah. But the one thing we do know is that the Cape Town Multi-Service Centre has been around since 2007. That is the official date we got, right?
Yeah. Was it 2007? Yes.
But we are joined now by somebody who has basically been here for a long time. Auntie Katie is joining us. And Auntie Katie is the person who is truly responsible for making sure everybody is well fed, 3 squares a meal. Morning, Auntie Katie.
Goedemorgen.
Hoe gaat het? You well?
Yeah.
So, Auntie Katie, quickly, you've been here how long now? Since 2007 they opened, or official. But you, since when?
2004.
2004.
Wow.
My goodness. So you going, that was 18 years now, just about going.
I opened the place.
Hey, yo, there we go.
So, Auntie Katie, you the person responsible for the meals. You the cook.
Yes.
So, take me through it. What do you make? What is in the morning? What's afternoon? What's night?
In the morning, it's porridge oats with
Yummy.
sandwiches, peanut, and tea in a fruit, the apple.
Yeah. And then lunchtime?
Lunchtime, there's a macaroni and cheese for lunch with drinks.
Okay.
And another fruit.
All right. And then and our supper different.
And for supper, it's rice with curry, chicken curry,
Yeah.
and a sweet potato,
Whoa.
and then a salad.
Okay.
And then in the summertime, it's juice.
Choose.
All right.
In 9 o'clock, between 8 and 9, a snack.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Nice.
And obviously the menu changes.
Yeah, every day is a different menu.
As they say. Now, how many people do what you do? How many cooks are there? How many people are in the kitchen?
I'm 3.
You're 3.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm off and the other lady cook.
Okay.
I'm 2
Yeah.
in the kitchen here.
Oh, okay.
It's cooking.
And what is the? I gotta ask you this because you will know. What is the most asked for meal here? what is the favorite? The
The
absolute
favorite is macaroni.
I was
and
just
cheese.
going to
And is
say
that-
macaroni
and
and cheese.
Spaghetti. That's a favorite.
There we
Is
go.
that your
I can give
speciality
him-
as well?
Yes, I can give him every day. He take it, yes, yeah, every day.
Here we go.
All right. So we need macaroni. We need all forms of
Mac and
pasta.
cheese.
Whatever you do with pasta, we need those. You could basically eat that every day. We could all eat it every day. So I want you to please do this. When you visit your supermarket, you take 2 bags of extra macaroni.
2 extra.
Or 1 extra, and just keep doing that for a couple of months. You know, I buy a lot of these things.
There we go, Dougal. Come
noodles,
now.
I buy a lot of
Put
these
your
things.
money where your mouth is.
Keep an extra one, and on a good day, you arrive here with 2 or 3 shopping bags
There we go.
with uncooked pasta. Done.
And done.
Yeah.
So, over the 20 years, do the people say they prefer your food? Auntie Katie se kos.
Auntie Katie se kos, ja.
Auntie Katie se kos. I was just gonna say, you get your favorites. I'm sorry, guys.
And Auntie Katie, what is there, if I had to put you on the spot, and apologies, if I had to put you on the spot, what is there that you would need in the kitchen to make life easier? I know there's the stove that people say that the stove
you
would
need
make life.
Stove is the most.
Is the biggest thing.
Yeah. And pots.
Oh,
And
pots.
pots.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
pots.
See, we
And
didn't even
pots
have
as
it
well.
on there.
Yeah. Because I mean, when you make a stew or a curry or something,
Yeah.
you
need a
use
big pot,
the biggest pot.
In a fryer.
And a fryer.
In a fryer. And every, in a week I make for him chips.
Okay.
And I make fish. And grill
nice.
every years.
All right.
That's what I want.
Yeah, fryers.
Yeah.
All right. I know there's a couple of people walking around with extra air fryers that they got on Black Friday. There's everybody now has got a air fryer.
fryer.
Certain people even have 3, 4, 5, 7 of these devices at their homes. There's one in every room, isn't there?
One in every room.
But the point is, you got extra one. This is where you're gonna have to bring it. All right. You're gonna have to get Auntie Katie one of
And a
those things.
snack picture.
And a snack
Snack
picture.
For the
Yeah.
boys.
Oh,
He
they
likes
love
it.
snack wheat.
Yeah, I make cheese bread and they tiny, smell it for me. Say, no, that's no place. And then that's why I asked
Oh,
for
that's
that.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
like
there
that.
we go.
Good. Nou, Auntie Katie, you van, deze van Uppington.
Yeah.
Die is van
yeah.
jaren hier in die Kaap.
Ja, dan die kap, ja.
Oh, Uppington. Uppington, what can I say? Uppington's lost, but it's definitely been kept on multi-services
so
since
the
this game.
Definitely.
It's definitely been. Auntie Katie, thank you so much.
Oh, thank
you so
you.
much.
Okay.
And thank you for
For-
looking after those kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ja,
wow.
het is voor mij een plezier. Ik heb maar nog niet die hart. Ik voel dat. De plek waar ik voorin gewerkt heb, dat 25 jaar ook voor home. En na die plek, toen kom ik in toe in. Dat nou nog hier is.
Sure.
Maar net mijn dromen. Ja, mijn dromen.
Dankie.
Om met kinders te werken. En de eerste plek heb ik met kinders gewerkt. En dat is maar net mijn kind wat ik heb. Ik geniet het. En die kreeg hulle lief. En als hulle weggaan, dan voelt die daarom maar serie. Van hij is nog van kleins af bij jou en je hebt nog lief geworden voor hulle. En die aan als ik kost opskip en dan skip ik zo'n bordje ook bij. Dan denk ik, nou, dan nog een extra bord. Wat?
Oh,
Ja, hij is nog niet meer bij
Oh,
ons.
shame, man.
Ja, dat is
Oh,
hartzeer.
it is. I can just imagine. I mean, the time you spend with these kids, you will,
Yeah, a
the
lot of
bond will be
time,
very close. So it's fully understandable. Oh,
Een
jeez,
van
my
hulle
heart.
wat nou al weg is hier en dan kom hulle, sê vir my, Auntie Katie, daar jou broodjie nie of my maagie.
Oh.
Ons verlang Auntie Katie se kos, want ons eet so lekker daar waar ons nou is, as ek Auntie Katie se kos. Maar ek kan nie dat ek waardeer dit.
Ek is blij.
Now, Auntie Katie, I
Was dat
asked
there,
you
Auntie
earlier,
Katie?
what is their favorite thing to cook? And I suppose it goes both ways, because if it's your favorite to eat, then it's my favorite to make it. Maar wat is Auntie Katie's gunsteling ding om te maak?
My gunsteling om te maak vir hulle, maak vir my hoenderpastei.
Hey yo, chicken
No,
pasta.
No, is there a tip or two
Pate
that
is-
you can do?
I'm getting off you said a pie.
Pie.
Yes.
Is there a tip or two Auntie Katie that secret? Kan je iets deel?
Ja, ek het my seker.
Hey yo.
Maar je gaat niet zeggen.
Nee, ek kan nie sê nie. En dan maak ek dan nou vir hulle, hulle sê, 'n pie met die mins, maak ek vir hulle.
Ja.
En dan hulle gebakte hoender in die oond, en gebakte aardappel.
Ja.
En dan maak
lekker.
ek dan nou vir hulle custard en maak ek vir hulle jelly.
Ja.
Lovely.
Of dan kry hulle ice cream, ons spoil vir hulle. As
Ja.
daar is, dan spoil ons vir hulle.
So Auntie Sally
Laat
wees
hulle-
ook Kersfees.
laat-
Ja.
hulle voel hulle. Ek kook vir hulle so dat hulle voel hulle is by hulle ma se
Exactly.
eie. So dat doen ek met hulle.
Ja.
So voel
Beautiful.
ek, ja. Dat hulle voel hulle is by die huis.
By die huis, ja.
Dat die vir hulle voel hulle is aan home.
Ja.
So
Dat doen
true.
ek met
Oh wow.
Auntie Katie, dankie. Baie dankie. En
Dankie,
lekker
dankie.
Christmas ook. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
dankie.
Thank you so much.
Ja.
That is Auntie Katie. And she's been here for quite a number of years. She's
Oh,
been here
wow.
for almost going on 20 years, but she definitely spoils the boys. That is what we could gather as well. But just to touch base, so we spoke about the perishables earlier.
Yes.
So I want to include all of that, and now we know that pasta is a big one.
It's a big one.
She also bakes, so you can just bring a lot of flour as well. But these are the contributions that would make life easier. In essence, yes, the multi-service center does have a budget, but that is tied up in other things. Obviously, the needs and things that need to happen does take money. It does take services and time. And these are the kind of contributions that is needed.
It's needed. Definitely, definitely. And I think Hubert's got a little message there. Let's not forget that it doesn't take a big donation to help someone, just a lot of little donations. Oh, wow. So true. So true. I mean, if everybody just looking at 10 people, if everybody just basically give 10 rand, Hugo. I mean, seriously, come on, guys.
No,
You know?
it is.
Makes a massive difference.
And there's a lot of businesses watching this, a lot of organizations. You can get together as a household or whatever. Everybody put a grand in. That's it. If you've got a business, 5, 10, 20 of us, 100 of us, that is a significant sum.
Exactly.
And we all know, like, if you know what, and what I like is if you, and this is not something that people should just do over Mandela Day, but I honestly believe there are people who are watching this who are carpenters, who are highly skilled in carpentry like you are. And I know what a hammer and a nail is, but who are highly skilled in that. Come and have a look and check out the measurements. You know what I mean? And Rome wasn't built in one day, but let's get involved. This is a organization that does an amazing service.
Amazing.
Not an amazing service, but they do this service to save credit for us as the human race. And whatever the reason is that the frail, the vulnerable are here, and we're talking vulnerable, these are boys, youth, that is in this place. We need to do better. We need to do better. But ultimately, this place is doing amazing, and we can assist them. That is what we need you to do.
So true.
So what you need to do is, of course, open your pockets. We know your hearts are big. Tell all your friends about it. And more importantly, even if it's 1 or 2 people you don't like me or Rhoda, you can tell us about it. Tell us about it, how you will make a difference. This is essentially what it is about. Now, the details are very important. Within your organization or within your family circle or wherever you are, please make a contribution. Now, of course, you can email the Cape Town Multi-Service Center. We've been flighting those details around there. You can also get in touch with For Humanity project, so info@forhumanity.co.za, or you can just email Rhoda. info@nickay.co.za right here at MahalaMonday, and we'll definitely guide you to the Cape Town Multi-Service Center.
Yeah.
And I never asked Jamie Lee this, but I'm sure she would say, even if you just want to say hi, phone first though, come and say hi, and maybe you see 1 or 2 things that you would like to do. But more importantly, we need your help. So, roll-ons, toothpaste, what else? Mouthwash, floss, hairbrushes, face cloths, soaps, body lotions, body spray, deodorant.
Mouthwash, floss.
What else? Towels.
There's a lot.
Macaroni.
Air fryer.
Money.
Fryers.
Washing machine, industrial kind.
Cupboards, building cupboards.
Building cupboards. Christmas presents.
Yes. Christmas lunch.
Christmas lunch.
If you want to make a difference, come bring your lunch
Money.
here.
I think Auntie Katie is taking off.
I think what Katie said.
She's going to make a pie for somebody else.
Dougal,
And a
I
chicken.
think poor Auntie Katie works right through the year. You know what? She needs to go to
No,
Upington.
but I'm just saying, she's going to make a chicken pie and a mince pie.
Mince pie.
She's going to do that. And she's going to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. All I wanted to say to the guys that's working here, well done. I mean, I take my hat off to be able to look after 26 kids. You know what? Well done. Well done.
And it is a big operation. Not only do you have Jamie Lee as a social worker here, but there's a vast array of people behind the scenes as well as people who come in and make a difference. I mean, those children need to be taken daily from here commuted to a school, being
Look
picked
at
up,
the petrol, my
come
word.
back here. There's people who assist in many, many ways, as well as people who come here just to have fun and teach and for skills. But the backroom staff here and everybody around the place, like you met Auntie Katie as well, just absolutely fabulous. So it really takes a special kind of person. And all we're asking, let's just all be we can be, and let's be special together.
Yeah.
That wraps up the show,
That
Rhoda.
wraps up the show, Dougal. It was much said, a lot done, but you know what? It's all up to you now to make that difference.
Yeah, in the meantime, we would just like to thank you for your time, for your consideration, and more importantly, for spreading the word about the amazing work the Cape Town Multi-Service Centre does. We ask you to look on to this program fondly and also to keep them in mind when you consider contributions that you would like to make. But more importantly, get in touch with them. The Cape Town Multi-Service Centre, situated here in Salt River.
Yeah.
That wraps it up from us today. So thank you very much for watching. Now remember, as we always say, you got to like and share this program.
Share.
Very, very important. Share it. You know what? Share it just with everybody.
And I was just going to say, even if you can't make a donation or do anything, the best thing you can do is share this video so that we can get the word out there.
Yeah, let's get 100,000 views. Can you imagine 100,000 views on this? And like everybody, R1 contribution.
Exactly.
My goodness. And that is what Hubert meant earlier with that wonderful comment. It's just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It all stacks up. And thank you very much for those comments as well. And once again, what can we say? The For Humanity projects, of course, whenever they're in something, you know it is something you can trust. And more importantly, it is something that stands out, highlighting significant organizations that make immense differences, but also, more importantly, it is a name you can trust. And furthermore to that, it's something we all feel good about. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back in the studio soon.
Yes.
Next time around. But thank you very much to the Cape Town Multi-Service Centre for having us. From Rhoda and myself, until next time, take care everybody, and thank you very much for watching.